What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorldPodcast, and today we're going to be talking about Monday Night Football, Week 1, 2020, to kind of close out the first week. Steelers and the Giants. I got to be very, very honest with you. I thought after watching JUJU Smith-Schuster last year that he sucked. Primarily once Antonio Brown left, he was never the same. I didn't feel that he was a true number one receiver. Even with his 2 touchdowns, I'm still kind of skeptical because the Giants are terrible at football. So I have to wait to see what's happening, but I have to give credit where it's due. He showed up. And not only that, the Steelers completely shut down Saquon Barkley. He had 6 yards. ENGRAM is trash, and if you had him in your fantasy league, you probably were raging. At one point, he was trending on Twitter because he sucks so bad. But let's not talk about Evan ENGRAM or Saquon. All right, let's just go ahead and focus on the better team, which was the Steelers. All right, now I don't know if Ben Roethlisberger, he had like 229 yards, 200 and something, like 20 something yards. He had the TDs that I just told you about with JUJU Smith-Schuster. How did he look to me? He looked like Big Ben. You know what I'm saying? He just a big guy in the pocket throwing dots. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much what he looked like to me. So all I can really say about the situation is that, I think that he's going to continue to get better, even though he's an older player, because the game is built for the quarterback. All right, so I don't think that we're going to really see too much of a layoff. Is it going to turn back into that high-flying Steeler offense that we used to see when they had all these dynamic receivers and Le'Veon Bell and all that stuff? I don't know yet because I didn't really see. I thought they could have scored 48 points, 50 points on the Giants, and they didn't. All right, so, it's the first game, no OTAs. There were, obviously no training camp. A lot of things weren't going right. So these players are not really in tune yet. So let's give them a little bit of time. But I'll tell you this, defensively, if they continue to play like that, they're going to be a major problem because I know the Giants doesn't really have an O-line, but Saquon is a very, very talented back. And if you watch the game, after the game, they said they focused on taking Saquon away. It's going to be very, very similar to the way people are going to still continue to play the Cowboys. When you take away Zeke Elliott, I still have yet to see that go wild in a winning attempt when he's winning the whole way out. They're always down, and then he just starts throwing, garbage time touchdowns and all kind of stuff. Because once they take away the run game, Daniel Jones, Danny Dimes, that dude sucks, man. Look, listen, guys, you got to be honest with yourself, all right? Right now, what's going on is out of control, and we're going to figure it out as the season goes on, what is what. But just watching it, I was disgusted. Even down late in the stretch, in the fourth quarter when they're trying to score, and you're watching Daniel Jones just run around and just throw the ball everywhere else, and then all of us are like, yo, Evan ENGRAM, give us 1 touchdown, bro. You suck, but just give us 1. And it's just like, yo, dog, you guys are terrible at football. Like, what is going on over there? And then you're looking at Jason Garrett, and you're like, yo, Jason Garrett, aren't you supposed to be on the Cowboys sucking? Like, why are you sucking here now, dude? Like, everybody's just doing whatever they want. And I'm going to tell you this right now. The Giants, I predicted that they weren't going to win a lot of games. Obviously, I think I kind of predicted they were going to go like maybe 1-15 or 0-16. I didn't really see nothing where, based on their schedule, they really had an advantage. Obviously, they're going to probably win 1 or 2 games. But they're not a good football team. It's not like those days where, Eli Manning, Tony Romo, all these guys battling in the NFC East. Like the NFC East, pretty much right now, even though the Cowboys are terrible, they're probably going to be the best team with 8-8. All right, they're probably going to more than likely be the best team with that record. So I'm not looking at the game. It's what I expected. I expected the Steelers to beat the Giants, but I didn't expect Saquon to have 6 rushing yards. There's certain things that I didn't expect. It was a disgusting display for the Giants. But if you root for the Giants, you understand that that's what they do. They're similar to the Jets, but they're like a tad bit better. Sometimes they may do something that'll be like, all right, you know what? I can root for these guys. But more than likely, in most cases, they suck. So we just have to go ahead and deal with that. But kudos to JUJU Smith-Schuster, bro. Like I said, when I'm wrong, I'm going to tell you. I thought the guy was going to be terrible at football again another year. I thought he needed Antonio Brown to get open. He got the 2 touchdowns. But again, because it's against the Giants, I don't really put much stock into it. I have to wait to see exactly what transpires as the season goes on. Titans and the Broncos. I got to give the Broncos a lot of credit. After we found out what happened to Von Miller, I did not expect the Broncos to play this hard. Defensively, they put everything into it. Okay, Gostkowski, this dude Gostkowski, bro. This dude, bro, when you're missing field goals like this dude, I've been telling you guys this for a very long time. Since the life of the GmiasWorld podcast. I've been doing this maybe 8 years, bro. Kickers, they're like the worst people ever when you really need them. And this guy, I don't know what he was doing. Obviously, he hit the go-ahead field goal, whatever, but he's a terrible, terrible kicker, bro. And they got to fire him this week, even though he kicked it, finally to make them win the game. He missed like 3, whatever. That guy sucks. All right, so he has to go. Number 2, they locked up Derrick Henry, and it was so much more impressive than I thought. I did not think that defense would play that well. They have a lot of core players that are going to continue to get better. So I was very excited for the Broncos because, everybody was expecting Derrick Henry to just do whatever he wants. And this team fought tooth and nail the entire game. And I respect that, bro. Because when you lose a star player like Von Miller, sometimes the defense, they go hide in the corner and they just don't know what to do. This team fought. So defensively, they're going to be all right. Drew Lock, he has to work on his accuracy. I still like him, not because he was dancing in that, that big time video meme that we saw. Dude was just jamming out. I just like him. I think he's going to be decent. All right. He has to work on a few things, but I think the kicking game, they have to fire Gostkowski today. Probably while I'm doing this podcast. When they fire him, I think that will motivate the team to do better because you can't have a guy that sucks like that running around doing whatever he wants. And the reason that I'm talking about the whole fact that the Titans should have dominated the game and they weren't able to do it because of that kick. But the Broncos, like I said, getting back to them defensively, they have to continue to work and do what they need to do in order to get to where they need to get to. And I know a lot of you guys are like, yo, you're going to talk about Vic Fangio? Yes, the guy's an idiot. Okay, cool. He didn't call a timeout, just sitting in his pocket, watching his opponent drive down the field and kick a game-winning field goal. Yes, look, the guy said that he didn't want to, slow the game down. And I don't know what, bro, his explanation for it didn't really make any sense because I don't know what he was doing. But at the same time, again, you got to give the Titans credit because bro, Tannehill is not a good quarterback, but he got signed for extra cash off of Derrick Henry's hard work. So I wasn't expecting the Titans to go out there and dominate the Broncos through the passing game. I just thought that they would be able to run and do stuff like that. But if you watch the way the Broncos play them, they took away Derrick Henry and forced Tannehill to make plays, and he didn't. Tannehill sucks. But again, he's fortunate he got paid off of the run that they had last year, which is a huge, that's a huge thing. And you can't get mad at that. Dude's getting their money out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. But again, their kicker, the Titans kicker, Gostkowski, he needs to be fired today to motivate that team. The Broncos right now, they don't really need a lot more motivation because that team fought. They really, really fought without their leader in Von Miller. And I was very, very impressed with that and the way they played against Derrick Henry. So they don't really need to do much defensively, but offensively, Drew Lock is going to have to step it up a little bit, start doing some stuff. Run game has to get better. A lot of things have to move, but again, the Titans were able to get through it despite the field goal kicker doing whatever he wanted. Sounds good to me, dude. You know what I'm saying? We'll see how it goes on throughout the rest of the season. I want to thank you guys and girls for watching. Let me know what you think about Vic Fangio. I don't know what he's doing, dude. You guys go ahead and enjoy your week. I'll see you soon. Until next time. One love, y'all.